Hello and welcome back to the IPF World Open Sub-Junior, Junior and Masters Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championships. We're here in Vilnius, Lithuania. My name's Joe Whiteley. It's my pleasure to be here with Gary Williams to bring you all the bench press action today. We have the Masters 1 93 kilo and above for you in this session. We're going to run this as two groups, so the 93s and the 105s will come out to do their benches. Then we'll see the 120s and 120 pluses come out in Group 2. Gary, this is where the big boys come out.
There are some huge lifts coming up today. You can see some of the nominations. So the world record for the 105s is 235. Wilkins is opening at 220. So I imagine he'll be wanting to put that on the board and then secure the gold, take a run for the world record. But he's not going to have it all his own way, though. We've got a couple other big lifts in there. You know, we've got Lithuanian opening at 195 as well, and there are just going to be some huge numbers. These guys are going to want to put that on the board and then look at putting some pressure and moving up the rankings, and it is going to be tough to get on the podium today.
Because of course you're not lifting in a vacuum. You can't just put whatever weight you want on and have a go at the world record. You will have to fight and defend hard to get on the podium before you even think about going for the world record.
Yeah, nobody's going to make it easy today, I think.
And we are ready to get started now with Vitaly Bilik from Ukraine. He's in the 93 kilo class, so they're all M1s lifting in this session. And we'll have the 93s and 105s and then move into the 120 and 120 plus.
And this 93 class is absolutely stacked.
I think the clock has...
Yeah, so I think what's happened here, I think there was a mix-up with the lifting order and weigh-ins, and what's happened is they've given him extra time to warm up.
Okay.
Yeah, so he gets the 3 minutes on the clock. He can come out any time during that 3 minutes, but that is his time.
Okay, so that's a really good opportunity for us to thank our sponsors. Eleiko, who welcomed us to their headquarters only a couple of weeks ago for the World Classic, and they are a huge supporter of the IPF and of powerlifting in general. They make the best platform equipment in the world. We're also sponsored by SBD, who make the best sporting and powerlifting apparel in the world. They support strength athletes in powerlifting, weightlifting and strongman.
Now, incidentally, Eleiko didn't start their life making weight plates and weight bars.
That's correct,
They started
Gary.
with electrical kitchen appliances and, of course, the famous waffle maker. I'm sure one day Eleiko are going to present me with a waffle maker.
You certainly mention it in it.
Well, I'm trying very hard. Yeah, look, we do. We talk about Eleiko and, you know, yes, they're our sponsors, but we talk about them and SPD as well because we all use that equipment because it's the best.
Absolutely. I have an Eleiko bar at home because you buy once and buy the best. And it will last you a lifetime.
That's right. We all use it. We all use Eleiko. We all use SPD, and we use it not because they're our sponsors. We use it because they're at the top of the game.
Yeah,
there is
there's
no other better option. So we're getting down to the 1 minute mark now.
So we should see.
I would imagine he would be getting ready.
He's prepping now. I can see him just talking to his coach, wrapping his wrists. You have to wrap your wrist before you can get past the technical controller. The only item of apparel that you can adjust on the platform is your belt.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen him had wrapped a little bit earlier.
Or perhaps he gets a little bit quicker. I'm just trying to interpret the hand gestures from the TC. And I think he's suggesting that he will get a minute after this 3 minutes runs down.
Yeah, so it may be that he got the 3 minutes extra, then the bar loaded is called.
This is quite an unusual situation, but we once this clock ticks down to 0, we're at 10 seconds now, then we will hear bar loaded and he will get his regulation 60 seconds to come out and perform his lift. And he's ready to go.
And we get the bar loaded.
And we are underway with Vitaly Bilik from Ukraine. He's asked for 160 kilos to be loaded onto the bar.
This 93 class is so close all the way through. It is anyone's game. There is no clear favourite.
No, absolutely. Looking through the nominations, as you say, there's a spread of about 25 kilos across 8 lifters.
And these opening lifts in this particular class are going to be so important.
Oh, and
And that
that
was a tough
wasn't
opener.
easy.
Now, was that because of just everything that's happened? And he
Ah,
got two
and
red
he
lights,
didn't get
unfortunately.
it. So let's
Let's have a
see
look
what
here.
we can see.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
clearly
butt came
lifted
up.
off there.
His shoulders, his head and his buttocks must remain in contact with the bench and his feet flat on the floor, and that did not happen, so that is a failed lift. Richard Kellerman, next from Hungary. He's in the 105s.
There's been a lot of lifters from Hungary this year.
Yeah, I do. Certainly on the female teams, a lot of big benchers come from Hungary. And Richard is opening with 165.
Yeah, this should be a fairly reasonable opening lift.
Yeah,
And
nice
it
and
is. He
easy.
moves that very, very well.
Yep, no drama there. Expect to see that go up a fair bit. And we have Alexander Prokopiev next from Ukraine. He's looking for 170.
So again, even the 105s, there's really a lot of opportunities for anyone here to get onto the podium, but nobody's going to make it easy.
That's a great arch for a big guy.
He has a lot of mobility.
That was a fantastic opening bench.
He does it really well with the chest that size and being able to get that arch. He does a really good job of being able to reduce the range of motion and get that bar path just right.
We have Forrest Zoltan next, also from Hungary, also for 170, also in the 105s. So we have quite closely matched teammates there.
Yeah, the bronze and silver is really up for grabs here, depending on Wilkins' opener.
Easy.
Very easily done.
Absolutely no deviation of position there.
Yeah, solid footing on the bench there. Did not move at all.
Tero Panhelainen, Finland. We're into the 93s now. This is 172.5. Brand new lifter, competing for 1 year.
Just getting in there.
Opening with only 5 kilos below his personal best. So this must be his first international. Must be.
Yeah, I haven't got any data on him that I could find earlier. Taking his time there, getting it set up just right. Wants to get a good grip on that bar.
Well, he did the wise thing there. He was straight out as soon as they're called bar loaded, so that gives him the opportunity to use up a bit of platform time, getting his setup, and that also is a great arch.
That's a very good setup. You can see that pelvic rotation there, keeping his hips down. Oh, he's just got a little bit
Yeah, he bounced
nervous
a little bit, didn't he?
on the press command
I
there.
think, as you say, that was just nerves. Hopefully, he has been penalised for it. That's been interpreted as jumping the command. I think. Oh, and maybe
a little bit of butt lift there as well, I think. Yeah, he's coming off there.
The butt light takes no prisoners.
It certainly doesn't. You are not going to get away with it.
Ablimit Ilyakun from Kazakhstan, only just into the Masters, 41 years old. His PB is 180. He's asked for 175 to open his account.
Well, we said earlier that these opening lifts in the 93s were also important, given it's so close, and we've already seen a couple of missed openers.
And maybe those two things are linked because there is a lot of pressure for position.
Yeah, it certainly makes a difference.
So nerves and stress and pressure all contribute to your performance.
That looked better from this side.
Yeah.
And 3 white lights, we get one on the board.
Keeps his chest nice and high. He was a little bit uncertain with his elbows as he came down, but the press was easy.
There's nothing quite like walking off after your first lift and the thoughts in your head are, well, that felt pretty good actually.
Yeah. Slavomir Jasika from Poland for 175. Again, only 5 kilos under his PB.
Yeah, it's so difficult to judge at the moment with everything that's happened around the world and people having absences from competition, training at home.
So in some cases people haven't had access to the equipment, as you say, and their training's gone backwards a little bit, and other people have absolutely flown during lockdown. Not super easy.
Yeah, look, he seemed a little bit nervous on the press command, a little bit hesitation off the chest.
Nevertheless, he got 3 white lights for 3 red plates.
You can see a little bit of hesitation there, and I think that was
Yeah.
just that first lift nerves. You know, there is a lot of pressure on this first lift in this group.
Kęstutis Milkintas from Lithuania, local man. He's called for 177.5.
So 177.5, so we had a couple of lifters nominating 177.5, a couple lifting 185 as a first nomination as well.
No drama there.
Very nicely done. And puts him in a solid position and in touch. Yeah, that was quite smooth all the way through.
Thomas Wettstein, Austria.
He's also looking to get himself on the podium today.
He won his class in the equipped a few days ago.
So his opening lift is, around 20 kilos away from his best.
Nice.
And he's picked that very well.
Yeah. Might see him take a bigger jump than some of the other openers we've seen.
Yeah, well, he's put himself in a good position there. He's on the board. He's in the mix in the medals.
Eriks Canberg's next, Latvia.
We have seen some incredibly strong lifters from Latvia this week.
I think the biggest team we've seen.
They've filled a big, probably I think the biggest team I've ever seen from Latvia to World Championships. We saw one of their lifters just the other day completely mess up the opening lift and still managed to press it.
Yeah.
And
That was
that's
strong.
another great demonstration
Yeah.
right there. 3 white lights. Oh, great positioning there. You could see his hips didn't lift.
Mariusz Marciniak, next from Poland.
And he has come here with his eye on the gold medal. Hasn't been in the Masters for long.
He has called for 185.
And he wants to get this one on the board early. Oh, it's a little bit slower than it usually would be. Yeah, it was slower than I would have expected from him. I mean, he's come here on a mission. But we'll wait and see for his second.
But
We've
you know,
seen
there's
that
plenty
before.
of people out there that want to beat him on that mission. Yelan Sasinov, Kazakhstan. He's looking for 187.5.
Oh, that was tough. He's got quite a close grip, actually, for that sort of weight and that size person. But it could be that the grip has just finally graduated way in as he's aged and developed and different little things.
And if you pick up a niggle, sometimes you'll change the width of your grip to try and compensate for that.
Not unusual at all.
Kairat Ageshbiev from Kazakhstan. Just having a quick word with the platform crew to explain what he wants, but this platform crew's been here all week. They have handed out a lot of benches by now.
They've been doing a fantastic
job. They have. He's asked for 190.
That is a whopping opening lift.
Did he jump that? He certainly went right
fast.
on the P of the press.
What do the refs think? The head ref.
Well, you see, when it's so close, the man who gave the command thought that he jumped it, but it wasn't obvious to the side referees.
So he gets that one on.
Yep. he'll be just having a quiet word with his coach.
A little more cautious on the next one.
Alice from Minas, Lithuania. He's in the 105s. We are getting towards the end of the first round now. And he's looking for 195.
Yeah, he's looking for a bit of a comeback as well. He failed to register a lift in Tokyo.
So he will be looking for redemption today.
And it looks like he's done the pretty wise thing. 202.5 was a no lift in Tokyo. He dropped down to 195.
Strong.
And a very good lift. Let's wait and see what the referees say. But from this angle, it's 3 white lights. He'll be very happy with that. Yeah, that was solid all the way through.
And now we have a huge opener for Philip Wilkins from US Virgin Islands. 220 kilos.
This is monstrous. We're only 15 kilos shy of the world record.
He benched 235 in Florida in June. So I mean, it seems ridiculous to say it for such a big weight, but this should be comfortable.
I'd imagine so. 220 kilograms. It's taking a bit of time to get ready though, which is always a risk with a weight like this.
If you're asked to re-rack and you've got 15 seconds on the clock, then you're in trouble.
Well, that was fairly convincing. It probably wasn't as quick as I was hoping for.
No, but you know, he's travelled a long way, long haul flying, and jet lag is no joke. But he's on the board with 220.
And he puts himself in such a commanding position
it's a long way out front now. So just taking a quick look at those standings as we go. Canbergs is leading the 93s, and Wilkins is leading the 105s by a long way. 3 lifters still to make a successful bench.
Yeah, and that silver and bronze in the 105s is still really up for grabs.
We have Vitaly Bilic out on the platform now. He missed 160 on his opener, looking to take it again.
Yeah, so he's put himself up behind the 8 ball a little bit by missing that opener. I mean, at the start of the 93 round, you know, it really was anybody's game. He sort of put himself in a position now where he probably isn't going to really be able to challenge for a medal.
That looked good. I mean, it was butt lift last time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got two
white
lights, and that's enough. He gets it on the board. He's not overly happy. You can see him walking off there. He just wasn't real happy with that. Elbows flared right out. That was a tough lift.
Tara Panhalainen also coming out for the second time with nothing on the board, 172.5.
Yeah, again, another lifter that's really put himself behind the 8 ball. You know, when you've got a group that's stacked this closely together, every lift matters. Trying to get those shoulders in, get that chest up as high as you can. Yeah, you can see he's really trying to force those hips down.
That was a tough press.
And again, I
he's
think
not
that's going to be
got
butt
it.
lift again. He just really only just touches the bench with his butt there.
We spoke about this before. I wonder
Yeah.
if people are not training on standard height, competition standard height benches. If your bench in your gym is a bit high, then it's going to throw you off when you're on a competition bench.
Yeah, and it's not something you can really adjust for on the fly.
No.
You really need that opportunity. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a competition bench, but it has
Just
to
the
be to
right
that standard.
height, yeah. And I find as well, if it's too wide, you get very comfortable on a wide bench, and it's hard to switch to a narrow one. This is Richard Kellerman. It's gone up 7.5 kilos to 172.5, and it's a tough one.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of room left there. He gets it on the board though. And drives it to the top. He had put a lot of work in for that one. That's going to take it out of him a little bit.
Slavomir Jasika, Poland. He's only gone up 2.5 kilos.
Yeah, so this will be enough to temporarily move him up to 4th position. Had a good opener at 175. And he put in some work for that one. He gets it on the board. I mean, it was smooth all the way through, but it was a tough 2.5 extra kilos.
He was very flared on the descent, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Didn't get
and
much
he really
tuck.
pushed straight up there.
Oh, Slavomir was just out, so this is someone else.
Yeah, we've just got a little bit of a data issue on the
This is
board.
going to be Prokopiev, I think, for 180. There we go, Alexander Prokopiev.
So looking for 180 kilos, and we'll move him up into 4th, and looking to put himself in a position to maybe get a foot on the podium. You know, it picked up speed.
Nice and
further
strong.
up it came.
How much more is there?
It was
I'm
really
not
quite
sure.
an odd lift. It was a bit slow off the chest, and then gathered speed as he got to the
Accelerated as it
tricep
went,
area.
yeah.
Difficult to judge that one.
Forrest Zoltan next from Hungary. Open with 170. He's asked for 180 next.
So still outside his personal best. And yeah, this will be enough to just keep him in touch.
That was comfortable.
Yeah, I think there's probably enough room to move up there. I think he's in a position that if someone makes a mistake, then he's set himself up to perhaps get a little bit of a toe on the podium there.
Ablet Ilyakun from Kazakhstan. Gone up 7.5. This is 182.5, 400 pounds. This will move him up to 3rd. And this is how close it is. This lift will take him from 6th to 3rd.
Smooth descent. Oh,
That was lovely.
That looked like an opener.
Very nice.
That is fantastic. That really keeps him in touch there and in the game. And he's got room to move.
Kęstutis Milkintas, Lithuania. He's gone up 5, 182.5. This will move him up to third, ahead of Ilyukun, as he's a good 3 kilos lighter.
There is no easy run to the podium in this group.
No.
Yeah, nobody is really safe in their position. Everyone's trying to challenge.
Look good.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid there. He's still moved well. He's got 2 white lights. He's moved well. He's still got a little bit up his sleeve.
Thomas Vetstein next.
And he looks very focused for this lift.
Benched a massive 260 in the equipped comp.
Wow, that's huge, isn't it? Let's hope it hasn't affected him too much. His opener looked good.
Nice. Very slow descent. It can use a lot of power.
And that is the problem. I mean, the advantage obviously is you get a chance to wind everything up.
Yep.
But you're right, it uses a lot of energy to make that descent. His elbows popped out a little bit on the press.
Eric Kambergs, Latvia. Gone up 5. This is 190.
Yeah, so he's currently ranked number 1. And really what he wants to be doing is just trying to hold that position.
Look good.
3 white lights. Yeah, it looks fairly solid all the way through.
And now we have Mariusz Marciniak from Poland coming out next.
Now,
also for 190.
yeah, so he's a little heavier.
Heavier lifter, so he won't go past.
He is super strong. And I imagine his game plan is to just put the numbers on the board, watch what happens, and then put on the big one.
Yeah, because he's got the heavier body weight, so he has to do more, but he's got the higher lot number, so he can go second for the same weight. So he needs to be able to see what Kambergs gets.
He's got over a decade of experience. Oh, that was tough.
Ooh, right arm did not want to lock.
That was a lot tougher than I was expecting. I think it was a lot tougher than he was expecting. He gets 2 red lights there. I'd say his hips have lifted. Yeah, he's come off the bench there. So that will be a no lift, unfortunately.
So he's going to struggle now.
Yeah, I mean, can he still challenge for the gold? I mean, that was a hard 192.
So we have Yerlan Sarsenov from Kazakhstan on the podium right now with his narrow grip and 192.5 in his hands. That is a hard lift.
That is a very hard lift. That was pretty much all triceps.
But he's got it 2-1. He's
he
good
has.
enough.
That was almost a tricep press.
Kairat Ergeshbayev, Kazakhstan. He missed 190. He's gone up to 195.
Yeah, it's a big call.
Oh, that's a risky move.
I mean, it will keep him in the game for a podium, but if you don't get anything on the board, then it's pointless.
Oh, that
Well,
looks tons better.
it looks like it's
yeah.
paid off.
3
It
white
has.
lights. He's on the board and he goes up to the silver medal position from nowhere at all.
Well, it was a little bit of a gamble, but it paid off. And he puts himself in a shot for a medal.
Alias from Minas, Lithuania, with 200 kilos. This matches his current PB. Oh, I'm sorry, he's still 20 kilos below his PB.
He still doesn't. His 195 opener looked fantastic. I'm almost.
So that's conservative.
Yeah,
really.
I'm almost surprised to see him only get a 200. I mean, but you know, look, he's looked at the board and he said, you know what? I'm probably not going to challenge Wilkins. I want the silver. Let's not do anything silly. Let's just maintain it. Moved really well for chess. It was a bit tough at the top.
So that moves him up to silver.
So that pretty much, you know, it doesn't lock out the silver, but he's in a very, very good defending position.
And here's Philip Wilkins, the man in the lead, with currently he's got 220.
A massive 227 and a
It's
half
huge,
going
isn't
on the
it?
bar. Well, he's pretty much secured the gold medal.
If he, let's
Is
see,
he thinking about this?
he's asked for some
And-
support from the crowd. Look at him enjoying the competition. That's fantastic to see. But if he gets this and it moves well, he's within 5 kilos of the world record.
Yeah, look, I think he'll take the opportunity. If this moves well, I think he'll take a run at the world record. He has the gold medal locked away, really.
Yeah, he's not going to be challenged, I don't think. Ooh,
He
that
is
was
so
difficult.
strong.
How he got that left arm
He-
moving again, I will never
He
know.
made a mess of that press off his chest, but he is so strong, he was able to recover that.
I think he'll go for the world record
Look, I think
anyway.
he will. I think if he
because
gets his timing right,
he's got nothing to lose.
if he gets his timing right, I think a world record will go, but he's got to get his timing right.
Absolutely. So those are the standings as we see them. Canberg's from Marciniak from Vetstein, and Wilkins from Fominas from Ergeshbayev in the 105s. Still have one lifter yet to make a good lift. So this is Vitaly Bilik coming out for his third at 170.
So he missed his opener. Looked good on the second. Yeah, going the extra 10. Oh, he was
He jumped
never.
it anyway,
He
didn't
never
he?
looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just never looked like he was in that one.
Leaves him with best of 160. Slid up
Yeah,
the
he
bench
was
as well, didn't he?
moving around a bit much. Just didn't get his shoulders dug in there.
So here we have a man who is really in trouble now. Tero Panhelainen from Finland, coming out for the third time for 172.5.
Yeah, look, you know, it always pays to be extra conservative. I mean, he hasn't really got international competition under his belt. And it pays to be that extra bit conservative on your opening lift. think he's got this one.
It'll look better.
Has everything stayed where it's supposed to stay?
Yes,
He has. He
he's
gets it on the board. Absolutely
he's
fantastic.
in the competition. Oh, huge amounts
That
of
is
relief
great.
dropping off him as he leaves
he has
the
great
platform.
technique. He has great position. And he gets it on the board.
Richard Kellerman from Hungary. 175 for his third.
So that's just shy of his personal best. Oh, and it's just a little bit too tough.
Well, you know what? He didn't leave anything behind there. He got 172.5. He failed 175. He didn't throw any kilos away.
He gave everything he had.
Everything he could. Next up, Sławomir Jasika from Poland for 182.5. This moves him up a place.
Yeah, it moves him up a ranking from 6th to 5th. Every little bit is good. I mean, I'd be quite happy going home and saying I finished 5th in the world. Oh, he's going to have to fight for it, though.
No,
just
not quite.
Got to that sticking point and just couldn't get any further.
Leaves him with the best of 177.5 and 6th place.
We've got an attempt change going in now.
That's for Zoltan. So, who's changing where? We have Prokopiev put a change in as well at the same time. So
the board just shifted, but Prokopov changed his, I think.
Furish Zoltan next then for 185.
So 185 kilograms. It's a big lift in anyone's book.
Yeah.
It's not going to change his ranking. Oh, that right arm just stopped, didn't it?
I think he's got it though.
I think he's got there. It didn't look like the bar doesn't have to come up evenly.
Oh no.
Oh, he gets 2 red lights.
It was going well, then his right arm quit the party. He got it moving again, but did his butt come off? Yeah, there it goes.
He showed real grit there. It shot off his chest, and that right arm just seemed to come to a complete standstill.
Milkintis for 187.5.
So this will shoot him up into silver medal temporarily, but he's giving himself an opportunity. It's a 5 kilo jump from his second lift.
All the remaining 5 attempts in this group are within 5 kilos of each other.
It is going to be very tight. Oh, it's just a bit too much.
To a halt would not go any further.
I think he made the right decision though, 187.5. It was an opportunity to get a silver medal. He wasn't risking anything.
182.5 and 5th place at the moment. Thomas Wettstein next, Austria. Also for 187.5.
So this will move him from the current bronze medal position to the silver.
Ahead of Marciniak, who failed 190 on his second.
These medals are anyone's at the moment.
They are. So Wettstein is in 3rd place at the moment, but we still have Ilyukhin in 5th place to attempt 192. So these are all going to change through really quickly. If you want to follow the score sheet, goodlift.info is the place to go.
And just can't put it there.
Valiant attempt, but not
So
quite.
he currently sits in the bronze medal position with lifts to come.
He is clinging to the bottom step of the podium and waiting to see if he's going to be knocked off it. I can see the Austrian coach going to the jury.
We'll have to wait and see what the outcome is there.
In the meantime, Alexander Prokopiev is looking for 187.5. We are up in the 105s now. This will move him up one rank, I think.
Yeah, it'll shift him into 5th position there. And not today. He gave it a little press and decided this wasn't going to happen.
I think he was just offline. Yeah, he kind of rotated forward as he started
and his
to
elbows
press.
came out, he rotates forward and there's just no position to press.
So here we go. This is Marciniak. He's sitting in silver medal position. He is under threat from the Kazakhstani lifter.
Yeah, he's in a tough position there, isn't he? I mean, he can't really go after the gold. Or he opens the door on his silver.
Well, he's chosen not to try for the gold. He muscled through it.
Round
Wow.
that out. And he
2-1,
gets
a
it on
good
the ball.
lift.
That is one tough character right there.
But in a way, it makes no difference to competition because either the Kazakhstani lifter is going to go past him with 192.5.
I mean, he's really relying on the Kazakhstani lifter to miss that lift.
Yeah. But quite possibly the coaches took a look at it and thought, you know what, he's not getting
Well,
that.
yeah, it
We'll
is a
just get
10
what
kilo
we can
jump.
get. In the meantime, we have Eric Kansberg for 192.5. Just looking to defend against Ilya Kun because he is the lighter lifter.
Great lift.
That was a great bench.
That moved super fast.
So now we're going to see a change because Ilya Kun is heavier. So if there we
so
go,
it's changed to
195.
195. He has no option. If he wants the gold, he has no choice.
You know, he could have gone for the silver there, but he is going all out for the world title.
Yep, I'm going to take 5th or I'm going to take gold.
Shoot for the moon.
Why not? It's a big call though. 182.5 from his second and going for 195.
I don't know if his 182 was super easy either. He must feel like he's got a chance at this. His PB is listed as 180.
Well, we're about to find out how close he is to it. This is to go from 5th to the world champion. And that has just blown me out of the water.
Wow.
That looked better than every other one of his lifts. He gets 3 white lights and shoots him into the world champion.
Really give him credence for this lift. But
Wow.
look at him, he's so strong. He stays with it, pushes it all the way, and he walks away. Every inch well-deserved world champion, I think.
Every bit of that.
Flew under the radar all the way.
No one even suspected him.
Certainly
well
not
done.
me.
Take my hat off to that man.
Kudos. We have Yerlan Sarsenov on the platform right now. We are back to the 105 kilo class. This is 197.5. And an attempt to get on the podium. That is not going today.
No, that's not happening. He gave it everything he had. But just not quite enough today.
Kairat Ergeshbayev next. He is trying to move up to the silver medal. No one can challenge Philip Wilkins,
he is
really.
Well out in front.
So this is all about fighting for the silver. I can see that Wilkins has indeed put even more than he needs for the world record, actually. But in the meantime, no, that
no
is
lift.
unsuccessful. My colleagues just quite rightly pointed out that I was looking at the 93 kilo world record and not the 105. Yeah, he's
And
put
I
the
did
right
exactly
weight
the same thing in my head and thought, why does he put 235.5? He could just go 235.
Yeah. But first we have Alias Fominas. He's looking for 202.5. He is in silver medal position. He will walk away with the silver. No one can challenge him for that.
202.5. Looks very, very casual for a man that's about to lift 202.5. I'd be panicking myself. I'd have the ambulance on standby.
Heads up.
Oh, he's driven it fast, but
it's
it's not going anywhere. I think his head popped off the bench as well.
I think it did.
But
Valiant
he gave it
effort, but
everything,
he gets the
absolutely.
silver medal anyway.
He is the silver medalist here at the World Championships, and that is nothing to be sneezed at.
And now we have a world record attempt coming up in the M1s.
235.5 kilograms. Now, this will be interesting. He's really going to have to be switched on here. He's won the World Championship.
He struggled
But
to get
he's
his
got
right arm all the way,
yeah,
didn't
he's
he?
going to have to get everything right in the timing.
He's benched 235 in competition.
He is ridiculously strong.
But have the rigours of travel.
Yeah, it's going to take everything
Giving him
he's
a
got.
problem.
It's all going to come down to getting the technique and the timing right. He's got the strength, we know that.
Look at the size of his arms. He is super strong.
Yeah, he's sunk in a bit too deep there.
Left arm went.
Yeah, look, he's sunk in a bit too. It was a huge effort. You can see as he gets to the bottom. Hopefully we'll see in the replay.
But you know what? He's walking away the world champion.
He sunk that second time there and just lost all that tightness. But what an effort. He is so strong. That world record is going to be his very soon. Very, very soon that will be his. A bit of discussion with the referees going on. I'm not sure what they're talking about there.
Okay, so we are now going to move into Group B. We are already underway. This is the 120s and 120 plus. And we have Thomas Brunnenkreff from Germany on the platform. He's in the 120s.
And these guys are also ridiculously strong and got some pretty close battles here as well.
Clip the rack a little bit, that shouldn't be a problem. 2 to 1, a good lift
Gets
at
it on the board.
165.
You know what? I mean, that's real professionalism. When you know something goes wrong, you clip the rack. You don't let it rattle you. You know, you just keep pushing through, and that comes with experience.
Dmitry Gnaidin next from Kazakhstan. He's asked for 175.
So this is another one here. I mean, the 120s here. It's super close in those top three positions.
Easy. That's how you want your opener to look.
That's what an opener needs to look like. He's put it on the board. He can breathe a bit of a sigh of relief now. And that's exactly what you want.
Patrick Hedqvist, Sweden.
Looking down the barrel of 185. He's just awfully close to his personal best of 187.5.
Taking his time. But you can, he was straight out as soon as bar loaded
Yeah,
was
look,
called.
that is the advantage you have. If you're
Yep.
there and you're ready, you have the time to take your time.
Nevertheless, he's
Yeah,
he's using a
he
ball.
really
of it,
has
yeah.
taken his time.
But that was lovely and easy.
That was absolutely brilliant. Great opener. I was a little bit concerned that it was quite close to his listed personal best, but clearly not an issue at all.
We have Scott Squire out next from Great Britain. He's looking for 190 for his opener. This is, he's listed his PB as 195, but he did do 215 at the British bench
Yeah,
last
I mean, I was going
year.
to say, you were saying earlier that he's done more than that.
Yeah.
So is he being conservative? Because
Well,
travel.
yeah, absolutely. He did 195 at the British bench this year. So hopefully this moves well. He's been asked to
He's gonna
replace the
re-rack.
bar, and I think it's his foot. Okay, it's Sheridan Ray shouting from the
He's got
sidelines, move
9
your
seconds
feet.
left. He gets it. And it just didn't shift, did it?
It's hard to focus when you get the re-rack.
really
you have
is,
to set up
you
again,
know.
and he took that descent so fast.
Yeah, and his foot lifted as well, so
Yeah.
he'll have to really work on that setup for the next one.
Tero Apponen next from Finland. He's asking for 200 kilos in the 120s.
Getting into the double ton now. And there's some big lifts to follow. The current 120 plus world record is a massive 281.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah,
Really
look,
fast descent.
That went
Stopped
really
the
well.
bar.
It looked like a fast descent, but he was in control of it.
Yeah.
And he stopped it. He didn't really let it sink in. He stopped it right where he needed to. A great demonstration.
Aidar Koshkarov next from Kazakhstan. He's in the supers, and he's looking for 200 to open his account.
It is a big number. 200 kilograms on the dime.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, very easily done.
Easy.
He's got plenty left in the tank.
Lifting in his first world, so he's got one on the board. That's always the nervous
Yeah,
one.
look, it's the hardest lift. Your first world championships, the nerves are just shooting everywhere, and you're trying to get them under control. You're trying to remember everything you've practiced, everything your coach has told you.
Now we have the centre ref out of his chair, not sure why, but we have the bar loaded called now for Roman Kalinichenko of Ukraine.
207.5. And really wants to get this one on to keep himself in the mix. It's not going to be easy to get onto the podium with these guys.
He's 40 years old, so he's just popped up into the Masters this year.
Ah, nicely done.
Had to
Plenty
give
of
it a bit
strength
of power,
there.
but went very well.
Yeah, he gave it the power raw, but it worked. Yeah, good leg drive there. He's got actually quite good mobility for a super heavy.
Linus Palivonas, Lithuania. Again, just popped up into the Masters this year. He's asked for 210. This is not his first rodeo. He's been out to the Worlds before.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm quite sure I've watched him lift
Yeah.
several times.
Ah, nice and easy.
Yeah, good opener.
Comes down to his chest, keeps his position very well.
Yeah, nice touch. Probably like to see the elbows in a little bit more on the press, but that's also very dependent on him as well. He may have a particular reason for doing that.
Now here we have our reigning world champion, Pavel Demchak from Czechia.
Yeah, he's certainly no stranger to the world stage, is he?
He won in Japan.
He's got quite a rap sheet.
Oh,
And
lovely.
that was a
Beautiful.
That was a classroom demonstration, that was.
That was so smooth.
Here, kids, look at this. This is how you do a great bench. Chest comes up, elbows are still in, all the way the elbows are still in. Take notes.
Cornel Schauer next from Hungary. Looking for 220 kilos. He was the silver medalist. He was a silver medalist in the 120s in Japan, so he came second
So
to
the 120
Demchak.
pluses? Yeah, he's just in the 120 pluses.
Oh,
isn't he?
120.4.
0.4.
Nice and comfortable there.
Yeah,
that puts
that
him
was
top
really
of the
solid.
table in the supers.
And the way that moved, he is going to be hard to catch.
Yeah. Okay, we have Nerijus Strasdauskas next from Lithuania. He's in the 120s. He's the last man out for his opener with 222.5. Wow.
What an opener. I'm really interested to see how this one moves. This is above his listed personal best.
Oh, that's a brave move. I'll just go to the World Championships and I'll do a PB on
and
my
we're
opener.
18 kilos shy of the world record. Well, look, 220 is definitely not his personal best anymore.
That was
Wow.
excellent. Yeah, I think you're right. We're going to see a run at the world record
I'm
today.
pretty sure that was his plan coming here. Secure the gold and then go for it. That
Well,
was
step one,
fantastic,
tick.
that was.
Yeah.
Yep, step one of plan A is done.
Well, look, he's ahead of Demchak, but
Yeah,
no, he
I'd
still
like to
needs
secure that a bit
defend,
more
yeah.
before I went for anything.
So
like
those
a
are our
world record.
standings as we go into round two. And we have Brennan Kraft coming out to, well, he's actually gone up. He failed 165. He's gone up to 170.
Yeah, it's an interesting call. I mean, it's not really going to put him in the mix for a medal. I'm not sure about the tactic behind that, but it seems to have worked.
Had a bit of a lag on his left arm, but it went all the way in the end. Oh,
He's
no.
got the two red lights, though.
Let's see if we can just
He looks a bit
figure
stunned
out.
about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
but he
there it
shouldn't
is,
got
straight off the
left.
press. He's put himself behind the eight
He
ball
really
now.
has, and he's gone up, so he's used that extra energy. He can't go back down. And we've got the same situation here for Gnaidin. Kazakhstan, he failed 175. He's gone up to 180.
Yeah, it's always such a big risk. Let's hope he makes it work for him.
Easy,
and he
though.
does make that work for him.
Yeah, that was a lovely pass.
So the gamble is
On the
paid
board.
off. It is always such a risk going up, though.
Paid off in this case. So now we have Scott Squire. He hasn't gone up. He's coming out for the same weight, 190. Now, he had problems with his start position. He couldn't get his feet down. And then in the end, he was rushed because he only had a few seconds. So hopefully he can get this set up nailed right first time.
Yeah, look, I'd imagine they've gone at the back and they've laid down on that bench and they've just practiced that setup for a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Get your heels
get it right.
down. I think a problem that we often see is that the footwear makes it look like the heels are up even when they're not.
Yeah, it can be quite challenging depending on the shoe choice.
But he's got the press start command.
Oh, he's still struggling to get that off the chest there, isn't he?
Yeah,
he gets it moving well, but then it just comes to a complete stop.
Yeah, that's the problem now. He's put himself under a huge amount of pressure.
Yeah, he's really driving straight up there, isn't he?
Patrick Hedquist. He opened with 185. He's gone up to 200. That's quite a big jump. But we do see the bigger jumps when we get into heavy weight
Yeah, look, as
classes.
we move up to the heavier weight classes, we do see the bigger jumps. His opener was outstanding, though.
Yeah, we've had a big Swedish team here all week.
Yes.
You can hear him in the crowd every session.
You know, we talked about his opener being so close to his personal best, but he shut me up very fast on his opener. Oh, come on, drive through. Gets it to the top. Let's see what the referees say. Is it enough?
Lock it out. Oh,
He
no.
gets 2 red lights. Let's have a look. That's from the side referees. Ah, yeah.
The butt light tells the tale.
That's a shame because he's pushed that really well and it was getting him into the medal. So let's see what he does for his next lift.
Tero Apponen has only gone up 5 kilos. He's in 3rd place right now. This won't move him up just yet.
Yeah, look, I think he's in a really defensive position here. He's looking at the numbers. He's thinking, I probably can't really challenge. And that's a good lift. Yeah, he's really making sure he holds on to that bronze medal.
Doing his job very well. And we have a big jump now for Aida Koshkarov, 212.5 from 200.
Well, his opener looked good as well.
So this moves him up to silver.
He's going to give it everything he's got to try and get on that podium.
Slow and steady.
Yeah. And the referee says it's a good lift. He puts himself in with a shot.
He does.
Very convincingly.
We have the Ukrainian coming out next, Roman Kalinchenko. But Kalinchenko's heavier by more than 10 kilos, so he won't move ahead. This will just move him up to 3rd place.
So that silver and bronze is up for grabs. I think Hungary is stretched out in front pretty well here, but still not 100% safe in the gold medal.
Good second attempt, I'd say.
Yeah, it was a very good second attempt. It moved pretty much about the same speed as his opener.
little movement of his body through the lift.
Yeah,
All
I
the
mean,
energy goes
really,
through to the bar.
yeah, really the only move you can see is that backward shift on the press command when he jams in the leg drive.
Now, here's Palivonas. He's looking for 2:15 to move ahead of the lifters from Kazakhstan and Ukraine. He's going to move into second place with this lift, and he's in touch with the leader as well.
Yeah, look, and 5 kilos isn't a huge jump in this weight class. Oh, great lift.
He's got more to come there for sure.
Yeah, look, he's put that on the board.
Yeah, I wonder if he's just playing the long game,
Yeah, they're
really.
sliding in under the radar there.
Yeah.
Not really a threat, but he's still in touch with that gold medal.
He's not used up a lot of energy with that lift there. That was fairly easy. We might see a big increase come from him. In the meantime, here is Pavel Demchak. I would have said the favourite going in.
Well, yeah, look, going into this, you would have expected him to be the favourite. But, yeah, look, again, I think he's just playing the smart card here. 220 for his second. And it's moving really well. Is
so
he just
easy.
waiting to that last lift and, you know what, I'm going to have a crack as well. I mean, in the past, we have seen him take some pretty big jumps into his third lift.
So this is Kornel Schauer from Hungary. He's in first place. This will extend his lead by another 5 kilos, 225.
Yeah, it doesn't keep him completely safe though, does it?
No, I think he's under real pressure from the Lithuanian because his second was, and we've just seen 222.5 go in for Palivonas.
This is an extremely important lift.
Yeah. Kornel
If he
needs
misses this,
yeah.
he's in all sorts of trouble.
But he has not missed it. He's got it on the board.
He knew what was at stake.
Oh,
he gets 2 red lights and he turns to look and say, what for?
Let's that's yep, that was easily explained, wasn't it?
I wouldn't bother going to the jury on that one. But
that was up and down.
The coach is taking the long walk.
But I think
he'll
will
get
wave
turned
him
away
off
before he even gets there.
So we have Strasdauskas coming out for 232.5.
Oh, it's edging ever so close to the world record.
I can see that Schauer's coach has been turned away. As you would expect, that was a clear failure. This is a massive lift.
And I'll tell you, the gold medal isn't safe.
Oh, he looks really good under the bar today.
Yeah, but Demchak is just chomping at the heels, waiting for his opportunity to knock him over.
So you have to think he's going to have a go at the world record and stay ahead because it's only...
Well, he needs to put in a big placeholder because he really wants to make sure Demchak lives first.
So what would you do, Gary? Just stick 250 in?
Look, I would probably stick a 250 in there. I know Demchak's not going to put that on there.
So those are their standings as we go into round 3 with Strasdauskas under pressure from Demchak and Schauer under pressure from Palivonas. I would not like to say how this is going to go.
It's going to be a tough round 3.
Well, it's been a tough round for Thomas Brunenkreft because he's not got anything on the board yet. And he has a 170 in his hands.
Come on, drive it through. I think he's got this one.
That looks good.
Yes, and he gets it on the board.
Fantastic.
What a relief.
Wow.
Well done.
Yeah, he's made his lift great. Kept his butt down, drove it through, did his job. Now we have Scott Squire. He's coming out. He's under a lot of pressure now. He hasn't made his lift so far.
And honestly, you know, neither of the lifts looked anything convincing that it was going to come up.
He has benched these weights before. I saw him do 195 at the British bench earlier this year. This should be within his capabilities. So he needs this just to register a lift in the competition.
Nobody wants to see anyone go out of a competition like that. Come on, drive it up.
Gone all the way.
He's got it
I
this
think
time.
It's got it to lock
Does he
out.
get the lights? He does. He gets it on the board. He is
fantastic. That is a big
over the
celebration
moon.
there.
He's still celebrating.
Oh, that's such a relief. We've got all
Fantastic.
our lifters.
Everyone gets on the board.
No one left behind.
He put in everything he had.
So we have Patrick Headfist coming out next for 200. He missed this on his second.
Yeah, look, I think he'll get it on this one. He opened at 185. 15 kilo jump. Not huge in this weight class, but still significant. I think it was just a bit of a shock to the system. He's felt that weight now. He knows what he's got to do. Come on, drive it through.
Oh, it's so close.
Get the
He's
lock. Come on,
fighting
it's there. It's there. Right arm.
I'm not sure about his right arm.
No luck.
Well, that's not for lockout, though.
No,
Those
it's
are yellow
not.
cards.
That's yellow cards.
So let's
that
see
must be
from the
butt lift.
side. When he started to
Yeah,
struggle,
there it is again.
goes. Yeah. So that leaves him with the best of 185. He's in fourth place right now. However, we have Dmitry Gnaidin coming out for 205, which will shoot him past into the bronze medal
shoot him
position.
well past.
He missed 175, went up to 180, and he made short work of 180, but 205 is a long way up.
Yeah, that's a 25 kilo jump. And not today.
So that leaves him in fifth with 180.
So interestingly, looking at the nominations, Straduskas has put in the 240.5 for his third world record attempt. Damsak hasn't changed yet. I'm just curious whether he's going to, or he's just going to bank on.
Yeah, Straduskas not making it, possibly. Because whenever we see a world record attempt, we have to understand that no one in the world has ever done it before. It's a big ask.
And you might have done it in the gym or in training, but it's a completely different world out here.
So this is Tero, our opponent, for 210. He is guaranteed the bronze medal now.
So he has the bronze. Looking to finish on 210 kilograms. And I think he has.
Yeah, that looked good.
And he gets 3 white lights. I did enjoy the slight little pause at the end there when he finished. Okay. Well, that was pretty easy, wasn't it? Great lift.
So before we have the denouement in the 120s, we go through to the 120 plus class. And we have a lot of very, very close attempts here.
It is coming down to the wire in the 120 pluses.
Roman Kalinichenkov from Ukraine is out first for 217.5 to move up to second.
Yeah, look, he could find himself with a silver medal. He's got a great press. I hope he straightens himself up on the bench, though. He looks a bit off-centre there.
For the silver medal, but we still have 3 lifts to go in this class. And that is not going.
Just a little bit too heavy today.
Leaves him with the best of 212.5 and 4th place. Didn't quite make the podium.
Yeah, look, he gave it every effort. He put himself in the right position. He did his job.
So, Aidar Koshkarov, 222.5.
The big man from Kazakhstan. This will rocket him into the gold medal and put the pressure on everyone else to do their jobs. It's not a huge jump either, 212.5 to 222.5. It's 10 kilos. Oh, but it's just a bit too tough today.
So that leaves him in third place. He is the bronze medalist. So I wonder if Palivonas, now he doesn't have to defend for silver.
There is an attempt change going in.
Yep, here we go. Palivonas is going to try for...
Yeah, I'd imagine he'd want to try and put a bit more pressure on. Yes, he has. Yep. He wants to lift last.
He's gone up. 227. Yes, so we now have Schauer. I wonder if his coach will put a change in.
Yeah.
No, they're going to come out for it.
Yeah, look, it's a big call. I mean, he's changed to 227.5 to make Schauer lift before him. But
he looked great with 215 though, didn't he?
He did, but that's a huge jump, isn't it?
I'm not going to bet against him.
No, me neither. He's been on fire.
So, Schauer has all the cards here. He is in first place, and he's lighter on body weight. So he's securing his position unless Palivonas can make this huge jump to 227.5, regardless of whether he gets this lift.
The crowd's gone silent. $225. Oh, I think he's done it.
I think he has. Wow.
And let's see the referee say 3 white lights.
Fantastic. And now we have Palivonas coming out for 227.5.
Yeah,
he's the heavier lifter, so he has to do more. And he has the lower lot number, so he can't drop to 225 anyway. £500.
227.5. This is for the gold medal. If he gets this, he goes home the world champion.
Do you know what? I think he just made a technical error there. He flipped his elbows backwards really early.
He really looked like he had the power to do that. His control on the descent was really well done.
Watch that back on the replay now, hopefully.
His elbows were really never in position, were they?
And he flicks out, and that was never going to go from there.
Yeah, they were never in position.
That's a real shame.
That is a
but
shame.
He gets the silver medal.
He does.
And he was in the fight for the gold, which is always a good story.
It's always exciting, isn't it?
And speaking of the fight for the gold, here is Pavel Demchak, reigning world champion, looking to take the lead back from the Lithuanian.
So he's got 235 on there. Now, if he puts this on the board, I imagine we'll see an attempt change.
And
he just couldn't quite get there. So
he has been dethroned.
He'll take the silver and pretty much leaves the door open to take a run at the world record now.
He doesn't look too upset, to be honest. Silver medal against this sort of competition is a huge achievement.
I think there is nothing better when it comes down to the end and there's a real competition. You're just happy to see the other guy succeed.
And that's the odd thing about powerlifting. There's so much support, even between the competitors.
240.5. We said earlier.
This record stood since 2017, Killeen.
It's been around for a while then. It's a big, big challenge though.
20 kilo PB for him.
Oh, can he
It's
drive through?
going!
I think it's gone.
Wow,
I
that is
think we have a new world
superb. The
record.
crowd thinks he's got it.
He
The referees
does.
thinks
He
he's got
gets
it.
the world record and the world championship at 240.5. What a finish.
That is a great way to end the session.
Absolutely outstanding.
We get the replay of that lift. We're not getting the replay of the lift.
No, we're not.
But that was a fantastic end to a fantastic session. We have the medal ceremony coming up shortly, and we hope to see you back here tomorrow for the juniors.
Ladies and gentlemen, medal ceremony will be held by Chairman of Technical Committee from International Powerlifting Federation, Hani Smith from South Africa, and referee of category 1, Mo Morten from Norway. In the Masters 1, in 93 weight class, third place with a result 190 kilos to Marciniak Marius from Poland. Second place with a result 192 kilos to Convex Eriks from Latvia. And first place with a result 195 kilos to Ilyachim Aglimit from Kazakhstan. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Kazakhstan. In the 105 weight class in Masters 1, third place with the result 195 kilos to Urkshabayev Kairat from Kazakhstan. Second place with the result 200 kilos to Faminas Alius from Lithuania. And first place with a result 227.5 kilos to William Philip from Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of U.S. Virginia Islands. In the 120 weight class in Masters 1, third place with a result 20 kilos to Arponentero from Finland. Second place with a result 220 kilos to Tempe Pavlov from Czech Republic. And first place with a result 240.5 kilos to Stradauskas Neiros from Lithuania. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Lithuania. last weight class in Masters 1, third place with the result 212 and a half kilos to Kashkar Haidar from Kazakhstan. Second place with the result 215 kilograms to Polinovas Linas from Lithuania. And first place with the result 225 kilos to Shower Corner from Hungary. Flex. There is no flex. Sorry, no flex. No flex in the medal ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Hungary. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not all. Now we will award best lifters in Masters 1. So third place with the result 95 points